Hey everybody, I'm excited to introduce you to my good friend Deborah Whitmire. She's head of Deborah Ministries International. Deborah, I'm excited for you to share a word of impact that can change these people's lives today. What is God showing you?
Oh, wow. Well, what he's been dealing with me about lately is when there is a shift that takes place in the spirit realm, how best do we cooperate with bringing the next season forth? Because that's what the church is all about.
Yeah.
Is that we are supposed to be the ones that bring forth the things of God in from the spirit realm into this realm. But how do we do that practically? And when there's a shift that takes place in the spirit realm, and the prophets are saying to us, I sense it, there's a shift. I recognize it, there's a shift.
Yeah.
And we too, we know there's a shift. Okay, now, what does that look like practically speaking? What it looks like practically speaking is transition. That's when
Wow.
God's people need to go into a season of transition, and they need to be bringing forth the new thing, letting go of the old thing. And in our season of transition, there's so much we can learn from the transition when God took Israel through a season of transition, when he took them from Saul to David.
Okay.
And that was a huge season of transition for them. But under Saul, they had the acceptability of, Saul was a head and shoulders above everyone else.
Yeah.
They had the acceptability of religion. Saul was like, okay, I've been anointed to do this. But then with David, it's a man after God's own heart.
Wow.
And so when we go through transition, we each have to be willing to go through whatever God takes us through so that we individually become that person after God's own heart. And then as we become that, then the church becomes that. And then the new thing comes through us.
Amen.
And that shift that was declared and was sensed and took place in the spirit realm now has a, if you will, birth canal through which to come.
Wow.
And comes into manifestation in the natural.
So after that, all things new, right?
Mm-hmm.
So personally, as transformation comes, as transition comes,
Yes.
then we align ourselves for transformation
Absolutely.
to become who God has called us to be.
But transition time can be kind of like a scary time. Because transition is like, we have to let go of that which sometimes even what we knew God initiated. Because God initiated Saul's reign, but it has to be let go of in order to make way for the new. And so transition is a time of vulnerability. It's a time of not being sure exactly what it's going to look like, what the new thing is going to look like, but knowing that God is in it, and therefore we release ourselves into God.
Wow.
For him to bring forth that new thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of practical things that go with it. And that's where, if you study the whole account between God taking the nation from Saul to David, you can learn a whole lot about going through transition yourself.
Yeah. So if you've been feeling something inside of you saying there's more,
Yeah.
there's something different, there's something ahead I haven't stepped into yet.
Right.
I guess the word would be for you today is be willing to let God shift you from out of the old into the new.
That's right.
And then watch him do his thing.
That's
Amen?
right.
You do what God's telling you to do, he'll do what he's promised to.
Yes.
Amen.
That's exactly right.
God bless you. Have a day of impact.